And welcome to the news portion. Better on draft March 12th, 312 day. Hope you're drinking your Goose Island 312 wheat ale. I'm not. I just realized that I'm almost out of my beer, so I may have to go get one while Rob's introducing the news. But I'm still working on the Middle Coast GW's Little White Lie, the tart cherry Belgian style ale. This is so good. So smooth, so easy to drink. Probably almost 6% ABV. This is going to be a fun night, that's for sure. Robert, what's going on? What are you drinking?
I am drinking a can of leftover Bottle Logic's Basic Math, which is their pumpkin spice barley wine. Yes, I know it's March.
I was going to
Yeah,
say, where's Dan to yell at you for
I
that?
know. Where is Dan? Dan is not here to yell at me. Um, I don't give a fuck. The shit is still good. This actually has like for a barley wine, as barley wines always tend to do, is that barley wines tend to get better with age, and this sucker is not disappointing at all. It just for some reason it just seems better than what it was when I first got it. So this shit is awesome.
All right, Wendy, what are you drinking over there?
I just poured myself a new Guinness. I found this foreign extra stout, which is a 7.5% Guinness. Never had that one before, so I thought I'd try it. It's a little bit hoppier than I like my Guinness to be, but
I
cheers.
I was looking for my bottle opener and could not find it anywhere near my desk. Um, so therefore, I have to go with the can. So I decided to open up this beer from Five Shores. It is the Siren of Stout uh,
Oh, fantastic.
cheesecake stout. So I'm going to be drinking that for the night. Nick is not back yet. That's all right though. We understand. He's got a baby to attend to, so
Oh,
he's like
speak of the devil.
superhero back into the screen. That's for sure. Nick, what are you drinking over there?
I finished the cane break from Paris, so now I'm working on the Chamot from Oddside Ales.
Well, guys,
It's
as always with segment two, we're gonna start that again because
Here
I
is
messed up.
Robert with the Beer News.
The news is brought to you by, of course, our sponsor, Zutuna Liquor over in Rochester Hills and North Center Brewing over in Northville, Michigan. If you are looking for literally any type of alcoholic drink, as well as your one-stop shop for a party shop, you go to Zutuna Liquor to get everything you need. If you're looking for a great place, great food, great beer, of course, you got North Center Brewing over in Northville, Michigan. Go check out our sponsors. Say Better on Draft sent you. They're going to give you absolutely nothing for it, but appreciation because they know we sent you. Robert, what is up with the news today?
All right, we are going to start with one of the big beer companies being Molson Coors, and Molson Coors got a rude awakening this week. I believe it happened on Thursday, as the brewer confirmed in a regulatory filing that production of beer had to be stopped due to a cyber attack. In their SEC disclosure, they had stated, quote, although the company is actively managing this cybersecurity incident, it has caused and may continue to cause a delay or disruption to parts of the company's business, including its brewery operations, production, and shipments. Now, despite the filing, Molson Coors did not disclose entirely how the cyber attack affected operations, but local media in Georgia, around one of their facilities, had reported that employees were being sent home due to the incident that happened on Thursday. Some IT executives that I saw in other posts were coming up with their opinions and basically saying that this could be a situation of ransomware, which for those in the video game realm may understand that with its similarities with what happened to Cyberpunk 2077 maker Red Project had faced, which I believe with them, they ended up not paying it and that stuff got put out into the dark web. Now, there's more than enough that obviously a brewery has to worry about, from putting out good beer to clean lines to canning, bottling, and all of this other stuff. I would think that being in the brewing industry, it it's not one of those things that we tend to talk about in terms of data security. And for those that are in the microbrewing realm, it's, I don't know. I guess for me, it just seems like it's something that is so minuscule as opposed to what can happen in big beer. But I guess a question which I will start with you, Ken, on it is that, do we really consider or even talk about data security in this industry at all?
Well, let's compare this industry, Molson Coors, to another beverage. Let's talk about Coca-Cola for a second. Like, what if someone ransomwared Coca-Cola and decided to try to leak out the Coca-Cola recipe? Um,
Oh shit, they'd get Denzel Washington to go man on fire on their asses.
with that, if you release the Coca-Cola recipe to the world, I think that you're going to have a lot of issues because, especially if you release like Coca-Cola or the McDonald's version of Coca-Cola, like there are a lot of downfalls to that because there are a lot of it's a lot easier to get into the soda game than it is to get into the beer game. We have clones of literally every single Molson Coors product out there readily available at any single homebrew station. Shout out to our previous episode, Andy of Captain Cork. Go check out Michigan Series number 9 to learn more about that. But regarding um, the information around their product themselves, I don't think there's too much into it, but there's a lot of information that Molson Coors probably does not want out. Not necessarily like employee information, but I'm sure there's a lot of legal things that are going on that they don't want people to be known, including any settlement that they may have taken with another brewery or what 10th and Blake I believe is their craft brewery thing, like what information they have for contracts for that. There are a lot of things I think IP wise that they may be afraid of, but I think the one thing that they're not necessarily too afraid of is their beer not ingredients, but their beer recipe. Because again, they're probably dealing with yeast strains that they have access to that they've been building for, you know, 200 years. So,
Mhm.
I think there's definitely issues, but I don't think there's much cause for worry. I'm curious what the ransomware attackers want money wise. Um, Probably somewhere in the 8-figure range, but uh, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm looking at it as it caused a delay in the product and distribution. Maybe it's not necessarily that they were trying to get the recipe, but it was that they were interrupting the programs where that are running the actual machines in the brewery and the trucks that come to get stuff. And if they did something that interrupted their schedule, that can throw things off crazy. And it doesn't just throw off their company, it throws off all the people that are involved in that distribution.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Nick?
Nick, anything?
I'm just, you just wouldn't think that a beverage company, other than its, financial statements and proprietary information and its scheduling and logistics information, would be the victim of a ransomware attack. It just, I would think that. I mean, I don't know why a brewery as big. Well, never mind it being Molson Coors being the largest, but why a brewery? What
Well,
what is there to gain outside of maybe proprietary recipe information,
Money.
so
money, but and money?
so let's
That's
look
the
at
obvious
just
thing.
the money thing if they're going to pull it off. The disruption that they could cause, as Wendy mentioned, between shipping, handling, receiving orders, and
Hmm.
there's some a litany of things that could be ruined. But let's also not forget, not that it's right or wrong, and as a person, Ken, not better on draft as much as I own better on draft. I am pro union. They just had a huge lockout here last month. Um, with the union out in
That's
Toronto, and that's something to be thinking of. Is this a a pro union hacktivist that is going after them? Is this does it have to do with it? It seems a little too. Uh, it happened very quick
a little
after.
convenient.
Convenient. Yeah, there you go.
Convenient.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said,
Crowd control.
right, crowd
Crowd
control.
control.
But I mean,
Population control.
going into that, the whole Coca-Cola or, be it Dr. Pepper's 23 flavors or KFC's 11 herbs and spices. I mean, there's data to protect. And while it's Molson Coors, it's like Molson beers, Coors beers that pretty much, as Ken said, that there's a lot of clones that everybody's already making anyway. So recipe wise, I don't think that you're getting much. It's just more of maybe the other data that is far more important, obviously with their financials and things like that, that could be held up. But it depends because again, Molson Coors didn't disclose exactly what happened, what was taken, if anything was taken, just that it causes disruption. So it's something we'll just pretty much have to look at and see what happens, and if anything else gets reported in the future with it. So we'll have to see and wait on that one. So another one that we have out there is with some news out of South Carolina, is that the South Carolina House on Thursday gave key approval to a pair of bills that will make it easier to have beer and wine delivered to homes and to pick up alcoholic drinks with curbside service. So of the two bills, the first bill that passed will allow beer and wine to be delivered to homes on the same day that they were ordered. Obviously, the delivery driver would just need to check and scan the buyer's ID to make sure that they're 21. Although, however, they did make sure that they explicitly excluded college dorms from the ability of having the deliveries done. The second bill will allow restaurants to include alcohol when delivering meals as part of curbside pickup, which, for us that are here in Michigan, that we have, the law that is here for party stores that basically can already do that. So a lot of stuff that is happening in South Carolina is stuff that we have already in Michigan have already had. Now, it still needs to pass the Senate. It's still not completely 100%, but it is poised to become law in the near future. The one thing I was thinking about was that with all of these states that are starting to get delivery and getting the beers delivered, that there's this market share that's been created when it comes to delivery with services like Drizzly that can certainly move in. And once it gets passed, that Drizzly can definitely move into South Carolina and start doing some beer delivery. But I kind of wonder about with our states that are having these deliveries of how long this bubble with Drizzly is going to last until breweries start doing their own delivery, and really if they even want to do their own delivery. So I guess I was curious about that. So I was going to open that up and see what you guys thought about it. Who wants it?
I don't think they will. I'm just going to put that out there because that's a whole lot of extra insurance that you've got to get in there. That's extra employees. You can't guarantee that they're going to have work. Like, I guess if they're getting a ton of delivery orders, that might be okay. But I still think that they're just not going to want to do that. It's much easier to have somebody else take the risks on for something like that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's a few breweries that obviously that are here in Michigan that do, between Eastern Market Brewing / Ferndale Project, Black Calder, Avron, Oddside. There's a few that are out here that do it already. But of course, we don't have Drizzly because Drizzly is not allowed in the state. So there is that bit of difference.
But I'm pretty sure those breweries are using services though.
I know Speciation has their own employees that do the delivery. If I recall correctly, Ferndale Project has their own employees that are doing the delivery, which is why they have specific territories for specific days. You need a. Wendy says no. Go on.
I don't think so. Well, Peddler might be owned by somebody at Ferndale Project, but it's still another, like, you can get more than just Eastern Market items through the Peddler app.
Uh, I'm not in that area, so I don't know for sure. But that's, I mean, I'll have to
So,
take
and
your
I
word
could
for
get
it.
it delivered. Well, I can't get it delivered. I can get it delivered to my beer ferry, because I'm just outside of the delivery zone. But I could get it delivered any day. Every day I could call an order and they would deliver it to her. So, like, with, and even with Arvon, and there, it's an app that you get, and there's other companies that are also using that app. So I'm pretty sure that they're not actually doing their own deliveries. I'm pretty sure they're using a company that's doing the deliveries.
When when talking about Drizzly, obviously Drizzly is your Uber Eats of alcohol. Like that's what it is. It's your Olo style of alcohol delivery. So they're grabbing it from a wine castle or as a tuna liquor, and they're bringing it to you from that store itself. So they're not an employee. Um, excuse me. So I think there's a lot of updates to alcoholic laws within this state as well as South Carolina that just need to be updated. Um, but I think South Carolina, having the ability for Uber Eats to be able to um, distro alcohol along with food when you eat from somewhere would be great. Um, if I want to go and I want to order from May's Cantina out here in Ypsilanti, and I
Oh,
want a
so
fish
good.
bowl or a margarita bowl or a margarita growl or something, I don't know. Like that's something that I should be able to want. And that's something that they're gonna want to be able to sell. They sell at home, like make your own taco kit at home. Like I want to have my own margaritas at home too. Like I don't want to have to go buy every part of a margarita kit just to make a margarita. Just give me the kit. Like Gull Lake, who was one of our guests a few weeks ago, did a hot toddy kit where you literally just take home the hot toddy kit, mix half and half with water, and you've got 64 ounces of hot toddy ready to go. Um, so I think I agree, and I like the college dorm exclusion. I think it should be college campus exclusion. Um, so sprawl out to Greek Row and all those other areas.
Right.
Um, and because at that point they're going to get it however they want anyways. Like they don't need you.
No,
They
the
probably aren't going to
article,
use you anyways. They're going to go use their
yeah,
older brother or their older sister to.
and the article didn't point out whether or not it was covering an entire college campus. It just only said college dorm, and I didn't get
Okay.
a chance to actually look at the bill itself to see if it was covering its entirety. But the article just said college dorm, so I mean maybe it covers the whole campus. We don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, like if I'm fucking like living at Bryan Hall over at MSU and I order alcohol, like I would be like, I'd be really worried if I'm an RA buying for someone or if I'm someone's not older brother, but just someone who lives there that's just buying it for everyone, and reselling it. And so not only am I just buying it, I'm reselling it for a profit. And
Right.
you're delivering it, so I don't even have to worry about going to the grocery store and worried about dealing with the whole buying for an underage person at a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I mean I we have so many terrible laws now, and I think the last year and a half have shown it. And I hope like we've talked to politicians on better on draft. We talked to Weber out of Rochester Hills, and oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. Pauline Wenzel out of
Gwen Wenzel, yes.
Waterloo. I'm sure that's not how you say it, but I was
Water
about
Vliet.
Watervliet. I was about to say Watervillet. Um, but again, like there are a younger generation of politicians, and this isn't a partisan thing, that want to change the laws because they realize that they're against the smaller business and against the businesses themselves. But let's bring it back a little bit because we talked last week about the Maryland. Buying stuff at a grocery store and how it's going to hurt the little liquor store. But if you look at a lot of the states that are, you know, whether they're California, they don't have the kind of party store that we do, or they're us that have that party store. Like that small store can easily survive selling booze, liquor, beer, wine all at one spot because that's where people want to go. Like when you're going to the grocery store, you ain't stocking up on fifths of Tito's. You're going to the liquor store to do that, or as Rob says, the liquor store.
My uncle's stocking up on Tito's, so I'm just saying he loves Tito's. So
Again, that's just my personal opinion. Is I think there's a lot of laws that need to get changed, and so far some of them have. Have you guys seen all of the new drinking districts that have been going around the state?
I love it.
it's becoming a thing. It's becoming a big
Oh,
thing.
it excites me. That's more places to go.
But let's rewind. We're talking 2-3 years ago. That's what Matt Bush was talking about. Is creating these drinking districts. You know, he always had a hard on for the Greektown area, um, but all these drinking districts that support. Again, one of the big things that we talked about when we talked about Michael Weber, would talk with Michael Weber on the episode, is that it helps remove binge drinking. Because what happens? You're sitting, the four of us, we're at, where let's think of a bar where there's another bar down the road. Why am I
The,
like?
the Baltimore.
All right, so we're at the Baltimore, and Rob's like, you know what? Let's go somewhere else. Let's go down the road. Let's go to Nick
Down the road or next door?
next door.
The Well.
All right, so we're gonna go to the Well. Well, I just ordered a beer. Well, what am I going to do with that beer? I'm going to chug it because we're going to the next bar. Well, now instead, I can literally pour it into a to-go cup and walk away. Like,
And,
those are the types of things that, like, the modern day 2021 drinking is not what we were doing in the 80s and 90s, let alone what we were doing in the 60s and 50s.
I got another one. Firebird Tavern. How about that? Is that one
Okay,
better?
no,
There we
no, no,
go.
Yeah.
it's
At least then you could drink the beer while you walk there
Yeah.
instead
As
of
opposed
chugging to go
walking
next
the
door.
store.
so
Or old. Well, I was gonna say Old Shillelagh, but
Shillelagh. Oh my God.
I'll stick with. I would stick with Firebird Tavern.
I've been to the old Shillelagh once, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I loved old school shillelagh.
Yeah, I went on Halloween. That was a mistake.
Oh,
I was a big fan of old school shillelagh. Club shillelagh is not my thing, but I'm also getting up in the years, so
I'd rather just go to
But-
City Club.
City Club. Wait, you went to Old Shillelagh during Halloween? Was that Yomicon weekend one time?
Yes, it
Oh
was.
yeah. Okay, I was there for that night. Yeah, that was.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, that was. It was cold. It was wet.
Robert, I need one
Yeah.
more news article.
All right, because oh my God, this keeps coming up and I don't know why. Because I still do not understand the fascination of this. But there's an article from the Milwaukee Mag that is discussing what is the ultimate shower beer. Obviously, for those who don't know, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is having a beer while you are taking a shower. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But in
you
their
haven't
poll,
done it.
no, I don't, and I
Shots
won't.
fired.
It doesn't make any damn sense. But in their poll, they had their top three. Third was a beer called Happy Place from Third Space Brewing, assuming that is out there in the Milwaukee area. Second was Miller High Life, and first was Pabst Blue Ribbon, which a beer flavored beer. Pabst Blue Ribbon I think is a good choice for really just a sit around beer as it is. Now there was one from New Glarus, one called Totally Naked that hit their honorable mention list. But just to kind of go around the room, if, and for God's sakes, I don't know why, if you are drinking a beer in the shower, what are you drinking in the shower? Because I'm trying to understand what is the mentality of even doing this.
See, I think Rob, you and I are on the same list. The shower is a job. You go in, you wash yourself, you get out.
No, right.
No,
I don't
you
understand
take
how
your time and enjoy it.
bullshit, because you have a water bill. I'm not
Okay,
paying
I'm a girl, so there's different showers that you take. There's showers that you take because you're in a hurry. There's showers that you take because you have stuff you got to do. and they're showers you take just to fucking relax. And
All of
that is
which
where
for
the
me is
shower beer
coffee.
comes in. So you go out, trust me, next time you go out, mow your lawn. It's a 90-degree day. Sorry, I can't talk right. 90-degree day. You go out, you mow your lawn, you grab a High Life, which is my beer of my guilty pleasure beer, or a PBR, and you bring it in the shower with you. And I will tell you, it will change your opinion of shower beers.
See, for me, when I go and I mow my lawn, usually the next step is I'm one of those like if 90 degrees, so I'm probably sweating. So I take my hat off because I don't want to burn the top of my head. I take my shirt off and I just kind of like sit in the AC, usually with a fan on me. And yes, I may drink a beer, but I don't take that beer to the shower. Like that's like those are two completely different things. Like even for me,
No.
when I'm on vacation and if I'm on, like I used to go on this trip up to Caseville every year, and it was a anti-technology type trip where you kind of checked your phone in the morning, you checked your phone at night, and that's about it. You didn't, play on your phone during the day. You were, with people. You went to the lake. You went to, you were drinking all day. That's the kind of trip. I would never drink before I took my shower in the morning. And that's it. Like I feel like I need a shower before I drink.
I feel
And
like you guys aren't enjoying your shower enough, one, in order to try a shower beer.
That's what the Bluetooth speaker in the shower is for, is to be able to enjoy yourself.
I got
Listen,
one of those JBL
No.
yeah,
waterproof.
like calm down. I can't get behind it because I just don't understand what
All right, hold on,
It's
hold on.
necessary.
not an everyday occurrence. You do it
I
for
get that it's not an everyday occurrence. I just don't understand the occurrence of taking an alcoholic beverage into the shower. And I
All
think
right.
that's
You
what
know
I'm
what?
stuck.
You know what? For Wendy, we have 2 weeks before the next Better on Draft episode. Next week we have Drinking While Female, part of our Drinking While series, hosted by Wendy. But Nick, Robert, Dan, I'll make sure Dan knows. We have 2 weeks. Our goal in the next 2 weeks is just once, Rob, Robert, Roberto, Rob, we are going to do a shower bear. Nick, you in? Just once.
Pause. Not together.
No, not together.
not
No,
together.
not together. Yeah,
We have
sure.
14 days, and when we come back and we start chatting in 2 weeks, we got Wax Wings. After the interview with Wax Wings, we'll start the news. We will start off the March 26th episode talking about our experience with a shower beer.
All right.
So
So real
let me
quick
just.
with yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, you can go after this. I just want to ask you this question: is that with it being a shower beer, I mean, is what's the way to go? Is it a pills? Is it a lager? I mean, where do we go with this?
Something nice, crisp, and cool.
So not a
Is I
quadruple
usually will
IPA
do.
from Wax Wings.
I will usually do like a lager or a hef or something like that. Not anything really heavy, or you're not drinking dragon's milk in the shower. that's not. That's not
Final
what it's
absolute.
about. It's
Who
about.
says dragon's
It's
milk
about.
is heavy?
It's about the difference between the nice cold beer and the hot shower. So my favorite shower beer story, and I'm pretty sure I've told it on this show before, is I went on a hike in Atlanta and I got lost in the woods because one of the signs was removed. And I ended up doing my mile-and-a-half hike, ended up being like 5 miles. So by the time I got home, and then I had to drive in Atlanta traffic to get back home. So by the time I got home, I was like, I need a beer and I need a shower. And I did them both together. And it was a nice cold lager. I'm trying to think of which one it was. It had a rabbit on it, so I'm guessing rabbit hair. But it was a nice cold lager with a nice hot shower to just kind of relax after all that. It was amazing. That's my favorite shower beer story.
All right. 2
All
weeks.
right, we're making our commitment to you, Wendy. 2 weeks, we will tell you. That's going to do it. Better on Draft Podcast. This is the news segment. Guys, next week, no news because we're going to be doing our two-part Drinking While Female episode, which is going to be recorded live 7 p.m. Eastern on March 19th. Feel free to join us. Feel free to share with your friends, especially anyone. I don't know what you're pointing to, Rob.
Oh, because Tito was mentioning that I need to give my cat a beer because he is definitely cleaning himself right now.
All right. Well, Robert's cat's gonna have a shower beer. We're all gonna have a shower beer. See us next week for Drinking Well Female. We'll be back in 2 weeks again with Wax Wings Brewery. We also have Weld Works coming up, Rake Beer Project, Omni Pollo, Cigar City, Treehouse, Stone. You don't want to miss any of these episodes. Stay tuned. Follow us on Better on Draft Facebook, facebook.com/Better on Draft. No matter what you think of your beer, we think it's Better on Draft. Have a good night.
Peace.